Alright, what's up everybody? It's your boy Akeem and welcome to this vlog. Here to talk about the All-State Sugar Bowl for the 2015 college football season. This game is going to be between number 16 Oklahoma State against number 12 Ole Miss. This is going to be played at the Georgia Dome like always, and All-State has always covered the Sugar Bowl. This is going to be another good match for people to watch. I'm going to start this game off with the Cowboys. They went 10-2 this past season. They had a great run this year, actually surprisingly in the Big 12 conference. I was actually a little bit shocked to see how they performed, despite the fact that they used two different quarterbacks in many schemes. Starting with quarterback Mason Rudolph, who actually led the team with 3,591 yards passing, 21 touchdowns, and just 9 interceptions. Now he had a backup quarterback who was used more on goal line situations in J.W. Walsh. He actually had 13 touchdown passes and 1 interception as well, but he had 11 rushing touchdowns. I think they do work well together. It's kind of weird. It's kind of not often when you use two quarterbacks in different schemes and still be effective offensively. Now on the defensive side, they have a great player in the defensive end, Emmanuel Ogba, who actually has 61 tackles and 13 sacks this season. Now for Ole Miss, they had a decent year going 9-3 with a new quarterback in Chad Kelly coming out of junior college. He had 3,740 yards passing, 27 touchdowns, and 12 picks in his first year as starting quarterback. With his leading receiver in Laquan Treadwell, 1,098 yards receiving and 8 touchdown receptions, he is in some people's eyes the #1 receiver prospect for the 2016 NFL Draft. Now defensively, they do have one great player in Robert Nkemdiche, but he's not going to play in this matchup due to a drug possession charge that he had during this past couple of weeks, and he's not going to be able to be available for this week's game. And kind of dropped his draft status just a little bit, but hopefully it's not going to be that big of a deal. Hopefully he could just try to bring it up in his pro day as well as his workout in the scouting combine. Now, despite the fact that Nkemdiche is not playing, they still have some great players defensively, starting with defensive end Marquise Hayes, who's a senior, who's just a sophomore on 39 tackles and 9.5 sacks leading the team. And in the defensive backs, I do like Trey Austin. He has 66 tackles, 4 interceptions, and 12 pass breakups. I believe he's still young as well. He's definitely a good prospect in later drafts as well. I think this is a good player, and I do like the Ole Miss defense. Now they had a struggle against their game against Memphis, in which they were torched by Paxton Lynch of the Tigers quarterback. But this is going to be a good game for Mason Rudolph to definitely study that particular game, and I think that Mason Rudolph can have a good game, and as well as JT Walsh. They just kind of switch things off offensively and try not to make things obvious. Try to use JT Walsh more as a pass attack, just to confuse things on the Ole Miss defense in order for them to win. That's their key to victory. Now for Ole Miss, they just need to continue to do what they're doing, but they need to use Jalen Watson and the slew of running backs that they do have to pound the football well. Now speaking of running backs, Oklahoma State is not known for running the football. This is a passing team, and their leading receiver is James Washington with well over 1,000 yards, and behind him is David Glyden. And they use passing the football because they're not really a run effective team. I think they need to use running the football a little bit more just to try to shake things up on that defense. But this is going to be a tough defense for Oklahoma State to face, one of the toughest defenses they're going to face this season. With that being said, I'm actually going to go with the Rebels in this one, in this Sugar Bowl. I think that Chad Kelly's going to have a good ending of this year. Now the next time to catch you guys will be in a couple of minutes. I have 4 more blogs for today. Thank you for watching this blog. I'm your man Akeem McCall. Be easy.